Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, I'm going to show you how I made this ribbed cardigan. If you're new here, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell button so you will be notified if you have new tutorials. So let's go ahead and start. For the materials, I'm going to use Indofill 4 ply. So this is also size 3 or DK lightweight yarn. So for the yarn guys, you can use any yarn type or any yarn size that you want because this tutorial is made to measure. For the hook, I'm using 3.5 millimeter hook size, and of course we're also using pair of scissors, stitch marker, and a yarn needle. Again, so for your materials guys, whatever is the appropriate hook size for your yarn is okay. Let's take our measurement first. So for measurement A, you're just going to take the measurement from your shoulder to how long you want the cardigan. So that's from shoulder until your belly button or longer. Take note of that because you'll need that in this tutorial. For measurement B, we're going to measure our bust circumference and then divide it by 4. This is going to be your front panel. So for example, mine is 38 divided by 4 equals to 9.5. So we're going to take 2 measurement B. So for measurement B1, that's 9.5 minus 1 inch equals 8.5. So take this. We're going to need that in this tutorial. And then for B2 will be just this 9.5. And then the next measurement is the armhole. So just measure your arm circumference divided by 2. So for example, mine is 13 inches divided by 2 is 6.5 inches. So take your measurement and we're going to start the tutorial. So to start, now that we have our measurement, I'm gonna grab my yarn and my hook, and then we're going to make the chain. So with my measurement, we have 80 chains. This already includes the rib pattern or the ribbing of the cardigan. Okay, so don't make any adjustment. It already includes the rib part of the cardigan. So I'm just gonna chain. So I have here my slip stitch, and then I'm gonna chain 80. Now that I have 80 chains, I'm gonna chain one more just for the turning chain so it doesn't count as a stitch. Now we're just gonna be making single crochet across. So single crochet until you have 10 remaining chains. Okay, stop when you already have 10 remaining chains. So I'm just gonna do that. Here's my stitch. So this is the chain 1. I'm gonna start in the next chain. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 chains on your loop, or 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. So that's your single crochet, and you're gonna repeat that until you have 10 remaining chains. All right guys, so just keep doing that, and I'm gonna see you once you reach the end of this pattern. Okay guys, so now I just continue with the single crochet and I have 10 remaining chains. This is where we're going to make the rib pattern. So this is just a slip stitch until the end of the row. So in the next stitch, just insert your hook and make a slip stitch. So that's yarn over and pull through the loops. I want you to use your stitch marker and put that on the first slip stitch. All right. And again, that's the first slip stitch. We're gonna make 9 more slip stitch. So insert your hook and pull through, insert, pull, just like so, insert, and then pull until you reach the very last stitch. And again, you should have a total of 10 slip stitch and then 70 for the single crochet. All right, there you go. Okay, and let's continue for row 2, and this is going to be the repeat of this pattern. Row 2, chain 1, turn your work, and then make slip stitch, back loop only. So for the first stitch, I'm not gonna make a back loop only, so it's gonna be a clean edge. So just insert your hook, we might have we might struggle a little bit in the beginning, but we'll get used to it. So just insert your hook, yarn over, and slip those stitches. Slip it to those stitches, okay? And then that's the first slip stitch, and then we have 9 more to go. But this time it's gonna be back loop only. So you see these are the stitches, right? The V. So instead of taking both loop like so, we're not gonna do that. We're just using back loop only. So this one here. So insert your hook, yarn over and pull through because this is just a slip stitch. Insert your hook, yarn over and pull through, right? And so on. Just do that until you reach the stitch marker. Okay. Back loop only, slip stitch. Okay, this is the ninth stitch, and then the last one is the stitch marker. Just remove the stitch marker and then make a last slip stitch like so, and don't forget to put it back, okay, so you won't miss where you need to start the slip stitch. Now to continue, we're going to use back loop only as well until the very end of the row, but this time we're using the single crochet back loop only. So here's the stitch, but we're using back loop only. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. Insert through. There you go. So we're just going to continue doing this, guys, until we reach the very end of the row. So in the last stitch, I prefer to do both loops, not back loop only, the regular loop instead of the back loop only, so we will have clean edge, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay guys, so I reached the end of my row. So to finish, this is my last stitch. So instead of doing the back loop only, I'm gonna take both loop and make a single crochet. that is the end of your row 2. For row 3, another repeat. So this is row 3. So chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. Turn your work and let's make single crochet in the first stitch, like so, and another single crochet back loop only until we reach the stitch marker. Back loop only. Okay, and I'm just gonna continue with the back loop only single crochet until I reach the end of this, and then when I reach this stitch marker, I'm gonna continue with the slip stitch. I'm still gonna meet you once I reach the end of the single crochet stitch. Okay, and I reached the last stitch for the single crochet. Now I'm just gonna remove the stitch marker because I will make the slip stitch. So first slip stitch, back loop only. Okay, and don't forget to put it back. And then make single crochet or slip stitch until the end of, sorry, slip stitch, back loop only. There you go. Oops, I think I missed a strand. Okay, there you go, guys. So that's how you end your row 3. So the repeat is row 2 and row 3. Just repeat row 2 and then row 3, row 2, row 3 until you reach. Okay, let's go take our measurement again. Alright guys, so remember when you take your front panel, that is your bust circumference divided by 4. I got 9.5, but that's not the final. So just remove 1 inch from the total, from the answer. So I have 9.5 minus 1 equals 8.5 inches. So that is my measurement B for the front panel. So just continue working on row 2 and row 3. Repeat until you reach 8.5 inches or until you reach your measurement B. Alright guys, so I completed 8.5 inches for my front panel. Now we're still gonna complete the 9.5, that the measurement of our measurement B for front panel. So you should be finishing in this row or the row 3 with the slip stitch. After that, you will continue with the pattern, but we'll have a few. So on this part, we're going to skip 10 stitches here and put a stitch marker. 10 inches or 10 stitches or 2 to 2.5 inches. Skip that and put a stitch marker. So I'm gonna do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. And I'll add a stitch marker. Now you're gonna continue with the pattern. So row 2, the repeat of row 2 and row 3, but only until here before the stitch marker. So don't make any stitches before in the stitch marker. So I'm gonna continue guys with the pattern. So I'm gonna start again, row 2, that's slip stitch across, Oopsie. And I'm gonna show you where I will show you where I'm gonna end this row. So just continue with the pattern and I'll meet you at the end of the row. Okay, so I have one more stitch left before my stitch marker. So I'm just gonna make a single crochet both loop because this is the end of my row. And there, we're going to continue with row 3, repeat of row 3 and then row 2, row 3 until we reach a total of 9.5 inches or your measurement B. So remember, with the measurement B, we just remove 1 inch so we can create this first pattern, and then we skip 2 to 2.5 inches here, and then we'll continue to complete 9.5 inches or the measurement B that you have. Alright guys, so here is my example. I already have the second panel. I have blue on the first panel of my front panel, and then that is what I'm making, the pink one. So this is how it should look like when you finish your row. So this is already a total of 9.5 inches for me. And then you're gonna make 2 of that, the exact same pattern number of stitches for your front panel. And then to do that, you don't need to measure, just count the stitches, how many chains you made, how many rows you finish with your front panel, and make 2 of that. And then guys, for the back panel, you just need to multiply the stitches or the rows that you made for the front panel. So make the same exact number of chains, and then for the rows you need to um, multiply or add the 2 front panels. Okay guys, so now that I have all 3 panels, so I have the back panel and the 2 front panels, we're just gonna sew this together. So the shoulder part, and then you have your armhole measurement, so of course you're going to skip that, and then we're going to sew this part as well as on the other end here. So let's start, and I'm going to show you how I sew this part. Okay, so this is my front panel, this is the front side, and then this is the back side, so you can choose however you want. Just lay this flat like this, like that. So front panel here, back panel here, and just count the stitches, so how many rows, and count how many rows here so you can put the stitch marker. Okay guys, so as you can see, I have the stitch marker added here, and I should be doing the stitches per row. So I'm going to use the invisible sewing or stitch, and to do that, okay, let's just take this stitch here, so both loops, okay, and then find the stitch on the other end like so, okay, and in the next one, so you have the rows to guide you. So this is the next row, okay, and then the next row here, like that. Again, right, this is the next row, So find the stitch, so, and again the next row would be here, and like so. So you just continue doing that, and once you have like a few rows that you already sewn together, just pull like that. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Next row is going to be here. I'd like to make like 5 or 6 rows before I pull it, and then continue. Okay, next row is this. Here, next row will be here. Next row will be here. So just find the row and then the last stitch of that row to guide you where to insert your needle. Like that. So let me show you again, and then just pull it that tight. Okay, so make sure they are on the same row, so it's gonna look like this, clean. Okay guys, so I'm done for this side. Now we're just going to flip so we can work on the other side. Again, grab your second panel. So again, count 45, so it's gonna be the same 45 stitches here. So you can put a stitch marker, so like it's gonna be stuck in that place. Okay, just alright. So of course you're gonna do the same. So for this, you can grab the blue or the orange yarn, so whichever or whatever color you have, because I only have like scrap yarns for my Indofill yarn. That's why it has different colors. So just do that, just the same as what we did here, and I'll meet you once you're done. Alright guys, so as you can see, I'm done sewing the shoulder part. Now we're going to fold this like this, and then we'll measure the armhole. So remember, measurement D from our measurement, so have 7 inches. So find the 7 inches from the shoulder here to here. So if you have 6 inches or 7 inches, whatever, so just count the stitches until, for example, 6 inches here. Add a stitch marker, and then count the stitches, and from here count the same number of stitches and add the stitch marker. Okay, let me just do that. Okay, as you can see guys, I just counted the number of stitches here, and then from here I counted the same number of stitches, and I'm just gonna put the stitch marker over there. And now we're going to sew this part of the cardigan. So you just go ahead and do the same stitch technique or sewing technique as we did on the shoulder part. Okay, and of course just to make it easy, just the same number of stitches here, count here, and put a stitch marker. Okay guys, so I am done sewing the side together, and I have my armhole here, same as on the other end. So now we can continue with our sleeve. I also weave the ends already, so it's now clean. Now I'll just show you how we can make the sleeve. So grab your hook again and the yarn. So for me, this is the only color that I have. That will be enough for my sleeve. So just find, so in this armhole, find the very bottom part, so where your armpit will be, armpit side, and attach the yarn. So and now you are going to chain as many chain as you need to reach the length that you want for your sleeve. So I'm just gonna chain. Okay, I'm gonna just lock it first. Chain 1, 2. Okay guys, so I made 85 chains. I'm gonna put the size or measurement on the screen for the sleeve, or the length of the sleeve, but I have 85 chains. Now to continue, we're going to make the rib part here. So I want to make 10 slip stitch. So skip one stitch, and on the second chain make a slip stitch. So insert your hook, so it's gonna be the same pattern guys. Insert your hook and pull through. That's 1. Insert and pull through. 2. Insert, pull through. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10. So that is my rib pattern. For this sleeve, I'm going to attach my yarn to the last stitch of our slip stitch, and again the same pattern. We're going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch until the very end of the row. So insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. So single crochet until the very end of the row. I'm going to meet you once you reach the very end of your row. Okay guys, so I am done with this first row of my sleeve. Now to continue, the next 2 stitches we're going to, so this is the armhole, right? The armhole. The next 2 stitches we're going to slip stitch. So insert your hook. This is where you started. Insert your hook in the next stitch and slip stitch 1, and then in the next slip stitch 2. Okay, so once you're done with the slip stitch 2 times, you're going to turn your work. We're going to work back on the sleeve, right? So just turn your work, skip the 2 slip stitch. So this is the first slip stitch, Second, you have to skip that and just go here. But you're gonna work on back loop only. So again, it's gonna be the same pattern. So slip two slip stitch, skip two slip stitch, and then on the third, make a slip back loop only, single crochet, like so. So if you don't want to miss that, just add a stitch marker. Okay, I'm just gonna add a stitch marker, guys, that first stitch. Okay, now we're just gonna continue with the same pattern. So back loop only, single crochet, like so. And then when you reach the very end here, the slip stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. Also, this stitch marker, we're going to make slip stitch until the very end, and then we're going to go back with the same pattern, and I'm going to meet you once I reach this here. So work on the same pattern for the sleeve, go back, and then I'll meet you once you reach this stitch marker again. Alright guys, so I reached again this stitch marker. This is where we are. So here's the armhole again. I'm back. So on this stitch marker, we're going to make our last single crochet, back loop only. So just remove that. And slip stitch. Oh, sorry. Single crochet. Like so. And then we're going to do the same. So we're going to slip stitch for two stitches, two stitches. So insert your hook. So again, this is the armhole, just to give you the idea where I'm inserting the hook. So again, that's the armhole. Here is where you end. Next stitch, insert your hook and make a slip stitch, one, and the next, insert your hook and make another slip stitch, like so. And then we're going to turn our work, turn, turn, turn. Skip the slip stitch. You have to skip the slip stitch, guys, don't forget. So here's the first one, second one, and we're back here. Okay, so back loop only, insert your hook and make a single crochet, back loop only. Don't forget to add your stitch marker back so that you won't miss a stitch. And then we'll continue to do the same pattern, back loop only, single crochet, going down our sleeve, and then once we reach the stitch marker, we make slip stitch 10 times, and then we go back, slip stitch, put the stitch marker, single crochet across, go back, and then we're going to slip stitch 2 times in the next 2. Okay, so just continue doing that until you finish off the round. I'm gonna meet you once I finish off the round. Okay guys, so now here is the armhole. Now I'm ready to attach this together so you can sew them, but of course we're not doing that. So I have here one more stitch. Actually, I have in one more stitch, but I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna go back anymore. I'm just gonna sew this together or crochet this together. Okay, so once you're done and you have no more stitch here. If you end here, that's fine. You can also do the same as what we're going to do here. Okay, so now we're just gonna use insert your hook. So like the same, just insert your hook, both loop, and then grab the other side and insert your hook in the first stitch as well. And then we're gonna slip stitch like that. And then in the next stitch until the stitch marker, you're only using single crochet. Oh, back loop only. So back loop only, slip stitch. Insert back loop only. Then on the other side, take another loop and then slip stitch. Back loop only. Take here, slip stitch. So you're just gonna continue doing that until you reach the slip stitch. Oh, the stitch marker. Okay, here I have my stitch marker. I'm just gonna remove that and continue with what I'm doing. Okay, so that's done. This is how it should look like, this part. And then here we have single crochet, right? But we're not gonna make a single crochet. We're just gonna continue with slip stitch. So back loop only on this side. So just continue with what you're doing from the very beginning of this row. So back loop only, and then take one loop on the other side and slip stitch. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue doing that, guys, until I reach the very last stitch. So we're gonna end here, and then on the very last, remember I have one more here, so you're just gonna slip stitch it there, and then I'm gonna show you. Okay, so you can see, guys, I just have one more. So back loop only, then stitch here, and then I have one more here. So you're just gonna slip stitch, yarn over, cut your yarn because we're done. There you go. So I'm done with this first sleeve, and of course we're still going to continue making the other side. So this is now how it should look like, neck part, and this is the sleeve. Now you just make the same sleeve on this side. I'll just continue making the other side, and I'll meet you because we're just gonna complete it with the edge and the neck part. So to start, in the next step, you're gonna flip your work like this, and we're going to start on the right side of the cardigan. So for this part, guys, we're still going to make rib pattern, but we're going to use a different ribbing pattern to give a different texture to our cardigan. So we're using the front post and back post double crochet. So grab your yarn and your hook, and I'm going to find the very first stitch like so, and then we're going to attach the yarn, and I'm gonna chain 3. Chain 3 counts as your first double crochet. Okay, and to continue, we're going to make 1 double crochet in each stitch across. So I'm gonna continue. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through. Alright guys, so we'll just continue with double crochet again. Yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two. So that's your double crochet. So you should have this is as your first double crochet, and then continue with making one double crochet in each stitch. Okay guys, so you just make one double crochet in each stitch again from the bottom to the top. So I have here two more stitches that I'm going to add double crochet. So this is the last one, and after this we're going to do the back post and front post double crochet. Okay, so to continue, chain three counts as your first double crochet. Turn your work. Okay, and now we're going to make, so since this is your first double crochet, we're not we're already counting this as a stitch, so we're using this second double crochet right here to create a front post double crochet. And to do that, so just yarn over, it's like you're making a double crochet, but we're inserting in here at the side, on the side of the first double crochet, up, okay, from up down, and then on the other side we're going to go out and make a double crochet. So once you have something like this, make a double crochet, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two. Okay, and after a front post double crochet, you'll create something like this, and then the next stitch will be back post double crochet. So we're not inserting up, we're inserting from, okay, yarn over, and then go from the bottom up, and then go through this stitch, go through this stitch down. So you should have something like this when you turn it upside down. If you flip your work like this, and then you make a double crochet. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two. Okay, so that is front post and then back post. Let me do that again. So yarn over, we need the front post this time. So from the side of this double crochet through the other side of that same double crochet. Okay, so your hook should be like this, and now you'll continue with a double crochet. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Okay, so this is the double crochet, which is the chain three, front post, back post, front post. And now let's make another back post double crochet. So yarn over from the bottom up the side of the double crochet through the other side, like so. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two. Just continue doing that. Front post, let me show you again, side to side, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, and pull through two. Front post, yarn over, let's make a back post. So through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two. Okay, and I'm gonna continue doing this, guys, until the end of the row, but in the last stitch we're going to make a regular double crochet. So I'll meet you once I have one more stitch left. In this last stitch, which is the chain three, I'm going to make one double crochet, just a regular double crochet on top of the third chain here. Okay, and I finish my row two. So for the third row, let's go ahead and continue doing the same. So chain three, one, two, and three, and we're going to turn our work. And now you are going to see this post. So this is the front post, and there is the back post right here. Front post and back post, right? So now we are just going to continue. So the next one is a back post. So let's make a back post double crochet. So yarn over, and on the back post, yeah, through that stitch, insert your hook and make a double crochet. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, and yarn over, pull through two, just like that. So again, yarn over, this is a front post, you see that bump, insert through the stitch and make a double crochet like that. Yarn over the back post here, sorry, so you're gonna insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two. So we're going to continue from post, insert the loop, insert yours yarn or your hook through the stitch and make a double crochet. Again, back post right here, okay, front post like so, back post again right here. So I'm just gonna continue doing this, guys, until I reach the end of the row, and again on the third chain of the last stitch we're going to make a regular double crochet. Okay, and so now I finished with the back post double crochet, and I'm going to continue making the last stitch on top of the first chain three. Okay, here's the third chain, insert and make a regular double crochet. There you go, guys. All right, so this is the center of our cardigan. I'm going to finish mine here. I only want this thickness for my rib pattern, but if you would like to add more, so just continue repeating row three, and that's it. You can add one more or two more, so your cardigan will make it loosely. So for me, I'm just gonna stop right here, and I'm going to yarn over to finish off. Okay, so now guys, here is the center of our cardigan. So you're going to make the same here on the other side. But remember, when we start this, we started from the bottom. So I'd like you to start here at the top. So just continue doing that. Just gonna show you how to start. So find the very first stitch, insert your hook, and attach your yarn. So again, you're just going to make the same stitch, so repeat row 1, 2, 3, or 4 until you have the same thickness of the ribbing pattern on this side. Okay. Alright guys, so now you can see I am also done on the other side. So we're going to finish off here in the neck part or the collar part. So I'm just gonna make 2 rows of this rib pattern, and we're going to start here where we end our rib or single crochet rib stitch. So this one here. Okay, so no matter how long or how thick your rib pattern here, we can start from the rib stitch here. Okay, so we're going to insert our hook and attach our yarn. And again guys, we're just making a double crochet around the neck part until the next one here. Okay, so chain 3 counts as your first double crochet, and then we'll just continue making 1 double crochet in each row. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me continue. This is my next stitch, double crochet in the next row, 1 double crochet, next row, 1 double crochet, I'll just continue doing this. Okay, let me just show you how to make this on this corner. Okay, so last one, and there's the corner here. It's just gonna be the same, so just make 1 double crochet like that guys. Okay, and I've reached the corner again. This is the nape part, so I'm gonna make 1 single crochet here, a double crochet, sorry, and then I'll continue with making 1 double crochet in each row. So here, again, we'll just continue doing this until you reach the other end, which is right here. Okay, so see guys, I'm already on the other side. We started here around and I end up here on the other side. Now I'm gonna continue with the row 2 of this back post and front post double crochet row. So I'm just gonna chain 3. I'm going to count chain 3 as our first double crochet. So I'm gonna turn my work and we're going to do the front post and back post double crochet. So let's start with the front post, back post, front post. So I'm just gonna continue that, guys, doing this until I reach again the end. And on the chain 3 here, we're going to make a regular double crochet on top of the chain 3. So just continue working on that, and I'll meet you once I finished mine. I just finished my second row of rib stitch. So now you can add one more or two more rows of the rib pattern. Just follow the the row 3 in this in this on this part. Okay, so that is chain 3, and then back post, make a back post double crochet on the back post, front post double crochet and the front post, so on, so forth. So just continue doing that, guys, and you have finished your cardigan. I'm just gonna finish mine one more time, and I'm gonna show you the final final look. Okay, guys, so now I just finished my cardigan, and yeah, that's about it. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you do, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button. Thank you so much. Bye.